and welcome back to another Friday reviews. This time it's a 3D one. Friday reviews, Friday film review. Yep, so that's right, today I'm going to be talking about a 3D movie which is Home, the new DreamWorks movie, the new DreamWorks 3D movie. Now, as you guys know, if you've probably watched my videos for a little bit, DreamWorks for me do some of the best 3D. I always love their 3D movies. The 3D for me on DreamWorks is always 5 stars, and this one definitely does not disappoint. The 3D is great and I loved it, and it definitely adds a lot to the movies for me personally, especially with these DreamWorks ones. Because, I don't know, it just adds so much to it for me personally. Whereas with Disney, I can give or take the 3D, but Disney on the film quality are usually higher, but in DreamWorks the 3D, they've got it really spot on. And this one, like I said, didn't disappoint. The 3D was fantastic and I loved it. So yes, that definitely added a lot to the experience of this movie personally as well, because visually this movie looks great. There's definitely a lot to look at, so many different kind of landmarks that you'll know, and like they've got these little bubbles, yeah, they're bubbles, these little bubbles as well that they're in, and that kind of creates quite a good atmosphere for the 3D as well. So yeah, so for the 3D, I'm definitely just going to tell you right away that I give it a big thumbs up. I loved the 3D, it was great, it was awesome. If you've got a 3D TV, you'll like Home, and all the other DreamWorks ones really. DreamWorks 3D, just trust me on it, go with the DreamWorks 3D and you won't be disappointed. Now, as for the movie itself, I enjoyed this movie. I don't know if I wanted to say more than I thought that I was going to, but basically I didn't know much about the movie. I actually thought that it was about this little alien who came to Earth and was lost and needed to get home to his planet. That's what I thought it was about. That's not what it's about. Basically these aliens called the Boov, that's their kind of, like, we're humans, they're the Boov, and this one is called O for a funny little reason, and he's kind of the main character in the story, one of the main characters. The Boov move to Earth and they kind of relocate all the humans and put them in this like little built-up towns in Australia. However, Tip gets left behind, so she gets separated from her mum, and she's now kind of still in, what city is it? She's still in this, a different city with the Boov that have kind of occupied the city now. And that's kind of the basic premise. But so when it started, I was kind of like, am I really going to enjoy this? Basically, O and the Boov have this kind of language where they obviously speak English, but they don't speak English very well. And I kind of thought that was going to annoy me, like their sentences aren't proper sentences and they say things kind of, you know, sometimes a little bit backwards. And at first that was kind of grating on me a bit. I was like, oh, this is a little bit annoying, but then I actually kind of got used to it and it didn't really bother me. Especially when I grew to love O. I did grow to really like him about halfway in the film. But a character that I thought was so fantastic, I loved so much, was Tip, who's voiced by Rihanna. Tip was great. She's definitely one of my favourite DreamWorks characters now. She was just a great character. I just loved her. I thought she was fantastic. She's definitely, like I say, a great character. Also, liked the cat. The cat was good, but Tip, she was fantastic. I loved her character. She was great. She really kind of helped make the beginning of the movie for me, because I wasn't really enjoying the first half of the movie as much as I wanted to. I was enjoying it. It was okay. It was fun. It was kind of cute seeing Kitty, which obviously is a kid's film, but I just kind of felt like a bit like, I was a bit annoyed with the aliens a little bit. But Tip was definitely kind of pulling me through with that, because I thought she was fantastic. And then the second half of the movie, I just kind of got really into it. It took me somewhere else. It looked visually amazing. I just loved so many of the things when they were, basically they have this car that they drive around in. It's on the front here. And when they're driving around in the car and there's music on, the music in this film is good too. I really enjoyed the music and I kind of got into some of the songs. But yeah, when they're driving around in this car and there's music on and there's so many little things to look at and it looks really beautiful, that was when I was just really, really loving it. And then the connection between these two, yeah, I just started to really, really enjoy it and kind of really get into it and love the characters and all stuff like that. And then something very, very exciting happened in the film. Basically, if you know, or you maybe don't know, my favourite painting ever is Starry Night. And then it was in this movie and I was so happy. Starry Night was actually also in Mr. Peabody and Sherman, slightly, but Starry Night was quite a bit in this. And I was so happy. I thought it was so good, and they'd even talked a little bit about it. And for me, I was just so excited. I just loved it. So that was kind of a real big highlight for me. I know it sounds silly, but honestly I was like so excited. But yeah, I liked the music. I liked the voices. I couldn't heavily notice that it was Rihanna as Tip, but I could, and obviously there's a lot of Rihanna songs in there as well, which I liked personally. But yeah, I loved the connection between these two. I loved kind of the two stories. Basically, you've got O, who is kind of different and kind of often making mistakes, and is kind of a bit of an outcast in the Booth society or clan or whatever, and Tip is so he's kind of, you know, having problems there with his you know, his getting on with the other people and some mistakes he's made. And Tip, of course, is trying to get back to find her mum. She wants to find her mum and find out where she's gone and kind of, you know, obviously join back up with her because she's on her own. She's been left behind and her mum's been taken off, so she wants to obviously find her mum. So Tip's trying to find her mum, O's causing mistakes, and they've kind of got to come together and sort those two things out. And it's actually really, really sweet. I think it could be quite rewatchable as well. I definitely could rewatch this very, very soon. And I think I'd probably even enjoy it more the second time, because definitely the beginning was a little bit weird for me at first. But I think a second time I'll get into it more and enjoy it more now that I kind of know the characters a bit better. So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I'd actually give it 4.5 stars. Which I feel like is, I don't know if that's a little bit generous, but I think as well the 3D definitely made a big impact for me personally. If I watched it in 2D, I think I maybe would have given it a 4. And so I feel a bit bossy, but it definitely kind of just adds a lot to it. At the end, there was this big end bit and the 3D looked fantastic. Then there were so many moments when I was like, wow, this movie is looking really, really good. It was cute and it's funny. It definitely wasn't the best DreamWorks movie, but I preferred it to their previous one, which was Penguins in Madagascar. But then obviously before that we had How to Train Your Dragon 2, which I just loved the heck out of that. But yeah, this one I enjoyed. It was a good DreamWorks movie. I liked it. I definitely was not disappointed. By the end, I was smiling, I was happy, I was having fun with it, and I was loving the characters, and I thought it looked great. So I definitely will watch this again. I definitely recommend it, but I don't think it's to everybody. I think some people, it's maybe a little bit childish. I think it's just because of the aliens. They are a little bit silly, but you kind of, I got used to it and kind of got over it. So now I've watched it again, I think I'd be fine with it at the beginning, but it definitely was a little bit of a niggle for me at the beginning, but then the movie made up for it. So I was like, yes, I was rooting for everybody at the end. I loved all the Starry Night stuff. I loved all the locations. Some of this is set in Paris, which I loved. I was excited. I loved the way the whole kind of world ended up looking, which if you've seen the movie you know what I mean. And yeah, so overall I really, really enjoyed Home. Comment down below if you have seen Home. Definitely check it out in 3D because I thought the 3D was great. It's got pop out and it's got depth, so it's got a bit of a nice mix of both. So yeah, overall that's my kind of review for Home in 3D. And until then, I'll see you guys next time. Thumbs up if you enjoy Friday reviews and want to see more of them. Until then, I'll see you then. Goodbye!